Hello guys and welcome to a new video. This time another free case from the Microsoft Excel World Championship Germany, Swiss, Austria, so German speaking chapter. It's an Easter themed case and also happy Easter from my side. And without further ado, let's jump right into the case. Instructions doesn't matter as always. Here it's a simple counting of the symbols, and in this case, since the symbols have a length of 2, we simply use len and divide by 2. It's stated here, and you can also, if you know that there is an error with some of the, or that's a speciality with some of the emojis that they have a length of 2, you know, that you should care about this or watch out for this. Then dyeing eggs. You know that you want to have this amount of eggs dyed in a certain color, and since you need one portion of dyeing color for 3 eggs, you know that it's simple as sum round up this divided by 3, not 2, by 3, and round it up and solved. Here this is a simple use of the address function, but watch out, column and row are switched. For this I've imported my lambdas already. For this it's useful to have a lambda. My lambda is called area based on indirect cell reference. Cell reference is here, range in cell is 1, and the sheet name is hiding places. And you know this is then J16 and the other cells are 1 cell around this, and we want to count if as the number of eggs, and I then copy the egg in here. Still 0, but let's try it out with the example 2, and we can track it down and everything solved. So here this lambda is super handy. Now it gets a little bit more tricky. So we're going from our start cell, and then we go either up, down, left or right, not diagonal, and we want to count the maximum number of eggs we can get by walking into a certain direction. But if we face another symbol, so a bear or a banana or a tree or something, we stop there and this round doesn't count. So we will not face an obstacle. And yeah, we want to have the maximum number there. First, arrows. First I need my arrows. Then, okay, let's do it that way. Cell ref based on reference and arrow array. Arrow is given here. Sheet name is, oh no, I need this with borders. Okay, sheet name border 1. So for the row and the column I want to have a border for, but only into the upper left direction, not in the lower right, that doesn't matter. Hiding places. I will not use the indirect function quite yet, because I will map in a sequence of 20 starting from 0, lambda a, and then a and this arrow, and here this should be right, and here this should be fixed. And now I get all 20, and here you see I have therefore my border, but I would count this multiple times, and therefore I use here unique. to get only the unique addresses, and then I use indirect, but I need to map this because indirect will not work with arrays. And here I have then for all the different directions the symbols I face, and now I need to count the maximum number of x if I don't face something like this, so an obstacle, something like this. Therefore I use a let function. If rows filter, or not by row, rows filter A, so A should be, I also need an egg symbol. So this should be unequal to the egg and unequal to nothing. And if I count in here something, then the value should be 0, otherwise I count the number of x. I have there some errors, I know, because if error, I want to have here 0, and here also if error 0, 2, 0, 1 or something. Oh, 0, 10. Why 10? Yeah, of course. Okay, now I can drag this. Here should be 1 because I have only one egg here. Now we can drag this down and use the max function. So equals max. And we've solved this. Now we come to the level I hate here most. Yeah, but I will also not explain you how to solve this. Yeah, please read the monstrous text here. Also, if I tested this case and I read this text in German, but I think Benny has switched here something. But even with the German text and I'm a native speaker, I'm not so happy. But anyways, at least we have a case. E1A, E1B, E2A, E2B. The headers doesn't need to be. Okay, here we go. Now I want to split this. Equals text. Let's text split. No, we want to split this. Okay, so the first equals this minus this. This is allowed to get negative. Second, so if this is larger than this, then we want to have this minus this times 0.8 because you only take 80% of this damage. Otherwise, you take this minus this times 0.8 and then you close this, and because we want to have this negative and positive, and now it's not negative and positive if this is larger than this, then we won't have 1, otherwise -1. Alrighty, 2.6, 2.6, yes. Now, this then here will be for the third round, so I need here 3 columns. First, I want to have the absolute values of this. And now it's getting tricky. Now it's getting tricky. So, if the sum of this smaller than 0, then I want to have the absolute value of the sum of this. This is false, this is 7.6, and 7.6 is the answer. So if this is, so both times the second egg will win, so to say, then I take here the, because we do not have then a third round, I take here the sum of those things together. And so, yeah, let's go here. If otherwise, if the sign of this is the same, so sign is making, if you have like 1, it's only for the minus or not minus, so plus, so that because here this 3 is +3, and therefore sign of this would be 1, and here sign of this would be -1, and sign of 0 is 0, so here. In Germany we call Vorzeichen, so the predetermination of the number. I don't know the English term, sorry for that. Then we take the sum of this. Oh no, not the sum of this, the sum of the absolute value. Alrighty. And if this isn't true, so if the sign is different, then we do a third round. And now if this is larger than this, then we take this minus this times 0.8. Otherwise, we take this minus this times 0.8. And multiply this with, if this is larger than this, then 1, otherwise -1. Now close a few brackets, and this is the determination of the third, or the value for the third round. If you want a good explanation for this, please, I refer to Dim's video. Now we have here some errors for those, because those cannot get negative. I will quickly be on their side. We will have errors there. But quickly, let me show you the rest is alright, but here we have some errors. So it cannot get negative. Why is this getting negative? Because the values are the same. And the question is, what is then done? What is done then there? Okay, so minus 0.8, 0.8 minus 1. Okay, that's, I'm curious what happened there. Okay, 2 errors here. What should be then 115, 112. Okay, here it should be ABS. Here it should be something. Also ABS. Oh, of course. Have I switched to the predomination sign? Oh yeah, I've switched it. Oh, that was the error. Oh, sorry for that. Yeah, of course, if this is then larger than this, then it should be -1 and not 1. Alrighty, sorry for that. Solved. Now to the bonus questions. If all eggs would be dyed in one color, how many dyes would you need? Round up. Sum. This case 2. Divided by 399. Of all cells in level 3, there's one which corresponds to an egg in the hiding sheet. Which cell is it? Indirect. You see this sign here. Don't forget about it. Hiding places. Expression sign and this. Why is there an error? Oh yeah, of course. Sorry for that. Now we don't have an error. Where's the egg? It's in 013. How many empty cells are there in total in the garden? Okay, this isn't counting, so I can use this to count all the non-empty, which are 91, and the field is 19 times 20, so equals 19 times 20 minus 91, 289. There are Easter bunnies hidden in this sheet, so you see them, for example, here. When I first tested this case, I deleted some of them. Is not handy in the hindsight, but you can simply use here and count if, and then count the bunnies, which are 11. How often does the player who has the first egg win the egg packing in all games? Alrighty. So how often does the first player win? So player winning. If this here is smaller than 0, then player 2 is winning. Otherwise, if sign of this equals sign of this, then it's player 1, otherwise it's player 2. Player 2, player 2, player 1, count if delete, count if P1 11. No, there's something out. Yeah, of course, it is not predetermined as player 1 is winning. We need to use here this then here. So then we want to have, if this is larger than this, then it's player 2, otherwise it's player 1. And now we track this down. Sorry for that. 13. Okay, 13 is, I think, also not right. It should be 12, as far as I can remember. So let's debug here. So if this, then it's player 2. Otherwise, it's if the same and there's no third round, it's player 1. And otherwise, if some player 2 sign player 1 if this is okay, I think I don't get it why this is wrong. Yeah, but I don't like level 6, and I refer kindly to Dim's solve case linked in the video description. Why is this wrong? If this, then it's player 2, of course. If this is the same sign, it's player 1, of course. And otherwise, if there is a third round, so we can erase this. And you see here, it's only for those two with 0.4. And the question is, who is winning those? Here it's player 1, here it's player 2. Here we go. I think so, because I think the numbers are the same, but this player has started, and therefore, yeah, I don't know if this is the right way to do it, but yeah, so then it's 12. Okay, and we somehow have solved the case. It was kind of a funny one, especially you can use lambdas, but I don't like level 6, but yeah, I'm not the instructions guy, so, but anyways, thank you for this case, and happy Easter. See you there. Bye.